Today we break down how clubs are spending millions of euros with the same care you show when buying overpriced popcorn at the cinema. And yes, Luis Díaz is packing his bags. Maybe. Alaba refuses to leave a party no one invited him to. And Rodrygo, he's waiting on a conversation like it's a text from his crush. Let's kick it off. Luis Díaz is this close to joining Bayern Munich. Yes, Bayern, home of efficiency, beer, and collecting wingers like Pokemon cards. Liverpool reportedly willing to accept under 80 million euros. They wanted 80 million euro. Bayern said, best I can do is a bratwurst and 68 million, and now we're here. This despite Díaz literally flying with the squad to Tokyo. Because nothing says I'm committed like traveling thousands of miles to sit on the bench and pretend you're not on the transfer list. Slot left him out of the Milan game because when your player's about to be sold, the last thing you want is him pulling a hamstring before someone gives you 80 million euros. Bayern are determined to sign him, which means they've already photoshopped him into their Oktoberfest promo pics. Meanwhile, Liverpool fans are coping by saying, Darwin Núñez is still here, which is like celebrating because your house burned down, but at least your toaster survived. And Real Madrid is activating Operation Exit. Not to be confused with Operation Traffic Jam on Spanish highways, though honestly both involve unnecessary chaos and lots of shouting. Let's go through this like a manager reviewing office resignations. Alaba has 4 people ahead of him and a manager promoting interns. Still wants to stay. Why? 22.5 million euros gross salary. Same reason your coworker doesn't quit even though they haven't touched Excel in 6 months. Real Madrid offered a partial payout. He said no. Because if you're going to ghost your role, you might as well get paid for it in full. Carreras came in, Fran Garcia's thriving, and now Mendy's that guy who brought a third charger to the office when there are only 2 outlets. Injuries, age, a contract nobody remembers being announced. He's valued at just 14 million euros now. Madrid's trying to sell him, but let's be honest. If Mendy was a phone, he'd be listed on OLX as used only on weekends, battery not included. Rodrygo wants to stay. Real Madrid wants 100 million euros. Everyone else wants to not be involved. Tottenham somehow is involved, of course. Like the weird neighbor who always shows up just when you're taking out the trash. The kid in the group project who actually tries. He doesn't want to leave. But if Gonzalo stays, there are too many strikers. And as we know in football, more options equals more confusion equals someone gets loaned to Etafe. Endrick's exit is unlikely, but not impossible. Like your gym membership turning into actual fitness. João Félix, 30 million euros for a player nobody knows what to do with. João Félix is heading to Al Nassr. Because nothing screams career vision like bouncing from Atletico to Chelsea to Saudi Arabia before 26. 30 million euros now, plus add-ons. Which is football speak for we'll pretend to pay later. Chelsea inserted a sell-on clause because future regret is better than current shame. So, that's your transfer roundup featuring overpaid bench warmers, existential crises masked as contract negotiations, and clubs treating their squads like expired supermarket meat. As always, hit like, subscribe, and drop your favorite. He just needs a manager who believes in him player in the comments, because belief is free. Transfer fees? Not so much. See you next week, unless you're on loan to Saudi Arabia.